Unstoppable is the word that we're going to use today. League of his own is another word we're going to use. Exquisite, untouchable, Lando Norris, and McLaren. So today was Singapore Grand Prix, and obviously I'm sitting here with a League of his own McLaren poster that actually looks like the car for once, because they are running the MP4 livery, whatever. And I gotta say, it was quite the race. But before we get into the race, we're gonna talk about the poster and do things a little bit differently. This is my Singapore race day poster. And following a similar pattern that I normally do, except this time I wanted to show off one of the corners. Obviously, it would be better if I could actually take the time to draw the structures on the course. And even worse, I made a mistake. And that mistake was that I started this months ago, and then I hated the idea and scrapped it and did this last week. And because of that, I was in a rush, and this is what came out of it. But the one thing I do like about it is I did explore water reflection kind of for the first time in these posters. With the iconic Singapore buildings in the background. And to be honest, I think it's pretty cool. I have some more exciting ones coming, but as far as a night race, I think I got pretty close with the vibes. Now for the race. So, have you ever noticed that when the drivers are talking, they touch their face a lot and they're always fixating themselves, and they happen to be wearing their watch sponsor? Because I watched Max and Lando just right now, and Oscar, who doesn't have a watch sponsor, if you haven't noticed. Oscar just talked like this to the mic, doesn't touch his face. Lando and Max, it's like there's a bug on their face somewhere. They're constantly going like this, showing off their watch. Obviously, they get paid a lot of money to do that. It's just funny. I wish they could be a little bit more smooth. Like, Max held the mic with his left hand. That seemed like a logical thing to do. So, other than that, let's talk about it. So, the largely uneventful race, because Lewis was going to try to overtake in the first corner on his soft tires. It didn't work out. Lando had a great start. By the second corner, the race had been decided. Lando was like 5 seconds ahead before 10 laps. And then he was 20 seconds ahead within 20 laps. Or 25 laps. So the race was over. So it's really a race for second, which Max had dominated also. So really it was a race for third. And that race for third kind of didn't happen. So we'll talk about the more exciting stuff, and that is Franco Colapinto, who is my new favorite driver, almost scoring points again, outperforming Albon by like, before Albon retired, I think Franco was 9th and Albon was 15th. This is a big deal. This is a guy that no one heard of before 4 races ago, and he is dominating. And I would hate to be Logan Sargent right now, because obviously Logan Sargent is sitting at home thinking, wow, I must have really sucked if this guy can show up and dominate like this quickly. Even Perez was like, this guy is so fast, I cannot pass him. Perez in a Red Bull could not pass Colapinto in a Williams. So I'll say this again, Colapinto for Presidente. that the right word? I don't know. So then we talk about the complaining that happened. Max, Lewis. It's odd that those two complain more than anything else. But that aside, I know it's the heat of the moment, and they have expectations because they're champions that the car should run a certain way. So maybe it's not complaining. Maybe it's just really strict feedback. And then we had Lando. Now Lando is starting to act a little bit like Senna in the sense that he gets so far ahead and he just keeps pushing. Like no one needs, well I guess he does need the fastest lap, but to be 22, then 25, then 28 seconds ahead on a track that has the consistently yellow flags, it's the first time it hasn't had a yellow flag, and just keep pushing and pushing and pushing to prove something, it's dangerous. Right, there's what? He hit the wall twice, damaged his front wing, went deep passing Colapinto, who was a lapped car, and he just kept going. And I guess that's why he's a racing driver and why he's a champion. Because he doesn't know when to stop and when to hold back. So this is it. That was your Singapore Grand Prix. If you happen to watch this, I appreciate you, because I didn't want to just draw these. I want to do more than just draw them and post them on my Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, you can follow me there. That's where I post all these things. But I want to do more than just draw them and put them into the ether. And, you know, I'd rather talk about them, talk about the race, make it a thing. I know F1 shuts down anyone that really talks about Formula One. But I'm an artist. I'm documenting the culture. F1's the culture. It's really journalism in the end. I don't have the word F1 on here anywhere. I don't have the word F1 in my name. And by coincidence, you know, two letters F1 go together. It happens all the time. So thank you for tuning in. I'll see you around. Peace.